Are you worried you might get sick or injured on your trip to Italy and not know what to do?
It happens. Recently on a trip, I came down with something and I felt awful for a couple of days. I didn't know what I had, but what I did know was that I needed medical attention. Fortunately, I knew where to turn and I got the problem resolved quickly.
So you'll feel prepared and will know what to do if something arises. We're going to explain the Italian healthcare system and walk through various scenarios. So if something does come up, you'll know what to do, just like Anne did.
Now, we're not doctors and we don't even play them on YouTube, so we can't give you medical advice, but we can tell you this. If you feel like you're having a life-threatening emergency while you're in Italy, call 112 immediately. That's emergency services. It's comparable to 911 in the United States.
So most situations don't rise to the level of an emergency. What do you do then?
The answer depends on how serious it is, but for most common travel problems, the answer probably is not the hospital.
For many minor illnesses or travel problems, you should do what the Italians do. Turn to the farmacia, the pharmacy. Now, if you're used to American pharmacies, an Italian pharmacy is going to look quite different.
In the US, we're used to big pharmacies with long aisles filled with toiletries and grocery products and general merchandise. But in Italy, the pharmacy is much more focused on healthcare.
Outside, you'll recognize the pharmacy by the lighted green cross. And inside, you'll notice that there aren't OTC medications out on open shelves. They're behind the counter, so you'll have to ask the pharmacist for them. And that's not a bad thing, because an Italian pharmacist plays a different role than most tourists expect.
Italian pharmacists are focusing on counseling patients about symptoms and remedies. If you tell them what's wrong with you, they can recommend what sort of a over-the-counter medication to use, how to use it, when to use it, and they'll tell you if what you have needs a prescription or when you need to see a doctor.
So for example, you walk in and you say, I've got a sore throat, I got a headache, I got a stomach ache, I've twisted my ankle, I've got a blister. And they can help with that sort of problem.
If you're looking for an OTC medication that you're accustomed to taking back in the United States, you're going to want to know the generic name for it because, of course, the brand names and etc. are different in Italy. So, for example, Aleve would be naproxen and Advil would be ibuprofen. But you can also ask the pharmacy because they usually are pretty well versed in what American product translates to which Italian product.
The dosage may be different, the instructions for using it may be different, and you'll need to know both of those things, but the pharmacist will tell you that.
Oh, and by the way, if you need an over-the-counter medication, you won't be able to find them at the grocery stores because normally they don't carry them. So you're going to need to go look for the green cross and ask the pharmacist.
Now, here's a good thing to know. If you see a blue cross, that's a parapharmacia. And they have homeopathic cures and personal care and some OTC medications, but you can't get a prescription there.
Italian pharmacists can be incredibly helpful, but they're not a substitute for emergency care or a doctor. So it does help to know what they can and can't do.
So in addition to telling you which OTC medicines you ought to take or identifying which ones you're taking in the US and what you need in Italy, they can tell you when you need to go see a doctor.
But they can't diagnose a serious condition. They can't order blood tests or x-rays. They can't stitch a wound or treat a serious illness or injury. And they can't give you a medication that legally requires a doctor's prescription. Now, let's say it's Sunday, late at night, or a holiday, and the pharmacy nearest you is closed. Well, that's when you want to know this very useful phrase, farmacia di turno.
The farmacia di turno is the pharmacy whose turn it is to cover the local area. So you're not out of luck if the local pharmacy doesn't happen to be open. There'll be one in the area that you can go to and get what you need. One way to find the farmacia di turno is to search for pharmacy near me, which is farmacia di turno vicino a me.
You can also check the door of the closed pharmacy, and normally they will post a notice showing you which pharmacies are open when they're closed. Now, when you get to one of these farmacia di turno, it may not look open the way you would normally expect. You may have to ring a bell or go to a special service window or call a special number, but you will be able to get what you need.
When it comes time to plan your next trip to Italy, you might find it becomes a little confusing and complicated. To help you through that process, we've developed an Italy trip planning guide. It's 90 pages of information with all the details you need to make sure everything of your trip is set up.
And as a bonus, it has sections on how to prepare to depart so that you can hit the ground running, as it were. To get more information, you can use the QR code on the screen or check the link in the description box below. Before you even leave home, you're going to want to think carefully about the medications that you'll need while you're there, because filling a prescription in Italy may not be totally straightforward.
So a couple of important points. Certainly bring enough medication for the entire trip. What I do is I count it before the trip, because if it's a longer trip, 30 days or so, it's easy to underestimate how many pills you have left in the bottle or in your pill container. And this one's really important. Always carry your prescription medications with you in your personal item on the plane. Don't put it in your carry-on bag on the plane, because sometimes that has to be checked. And you always want your medications with you.
And another thing, if you're going on a 30-day trip, you're going to want to bring a few days extra of your medication, because you never know when you get delayed, your flight gets canceled or whatever, and you don't want to be caught short. Now, if you take any kind of controlled medication, so that might be pain relievers, sedatives, anxiety pills, sleeping pills, there may be certain rules in Italy. So you're going to want to check those before you travel. And one of the rules is generally that you need a note from your doctor explaining that you need this certain medication. So definitely check the rules. We'll put a link down below so you can check which medications need something special.
Something else you ought to bring with you are photos of the labels or the receipts from your prescription showing the name of the drug, and a list of your medications and your allergies and your medical conditions, because in case you were to end up in the hospital, that information is really important for them to know your medical history.
Absolutely. As for OTC medications, you can get pretty much anything you need over in Italy, but you're going to want to bring a small supply of the things that you routinely use, like antacids or allergy meds or ibuprofen, so that if you get a stomach ache or a headache in the middle of the night, you'll have what you need.
Now, of course, sometimes the pharmacist will tell you what you need requires a prescription, which in Italian is ricetta.
Now, that doesn't mean you're stuck. That just means that the next step is finding a doctor who can evaluate your condition and prescribe the medication that you need, if appropriate.
Options for getting the care are private doctors, clinics, or in major cities, tourist medical centers. Ask the pharmacist or at your hotel. At the hotel, often they maintain a list of English-speaking doctors that they can even help you get in touch with.
And if you're in an Airbnb, try asking your host, or you can search online for English-speaking doctors or doctors near me or the tourist medical center. One of the things that we've done a couple of times on trips is we have used doctorsinitaly.com. So it's a website that you go on, you put your information, and you end up on a telehealth call with a doctor who will ask you to describe your symptoms and then can prescribe whatever medication you need or give you any other advice that's appropriate.
Usually this costs only 20 to 40 euro, and in fact it's what Anne used in the example we gave at the very beginning. Italy also has out-of-hours medical clinics called Guardia Medica, and they're usually open from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And to reach those, you want to call 116 117.
In some tourist areas, especially during the busy season, there may also be something called a Guardia Medica Turistica, or a tourist medical service. And that's kind of like an urgent care clinic. And it's not for, obviously life or death emergencies, but if something needs to be dealt with sooner rather than later, this can be the appropriate option.
Now, let's be really clear. If something is really an emergency, don't start with a pharmacy. Don't try to identify a doctor. Don't tough it out. Call 112 for emergency services.
So So 112 is comparable to 911 in the United States, and the operators there speak multiple languages, including English. They'll ask you some questions, and then they will deploy an ambulance if that's what's needed.
The Italian emergency room is called pronto soccorso. Now, it's important to know whether you come in an ambulance or you walk in. It's not first come, first serve. Patients are seen based on urgency.
When you arrive at Pronto Soccorso, you will be triaged. And what that means is that a nurse will evaluate your condition and assign a priority level. So Italy uses this color-coded triage system where red is life-threatening, this person might die if we don't take care of them right away, and white means non-urgent.
Now, certainly if the emergency room is busy and you're a white, you may wait a very long time.
Until the cows come home.
In fact, here's a chart we'll put on the screen of how long you might wait based on certain color situations.
So if your issue is not terribly serious or urgent, a pharmacy or a doctor may be your best option. But if you have a life-threatening emergency, obviously, the Pronto Soccorso is just where you want to be.
A major thing Americans worry about with medical care is always cost. Now, the cost will be based on where you are in Italy and your citizenship and what kind of facility you were treated in.
Private doctors and clinics are usually paid directly. Public emergency care can be free, but sometimes there are charges, particularly for a non-urgent issue. If you're American, assume that you're going to have to pay for your care out of pocket and then seek reimbursement from your travel insurance, if you have it.
Now, the good news is that the costs will be much lower than they would be in the US.
Much lower.
But you need to keep the receipts, your diagnosis, the discharge papers, so you'll have those for your insurance.
This is one reason why travel insurance really matters, especially if you're older or if you have a particular medical condition.
You're going to want to check the policy before you go to make sure you know what's covered. You don't want to have to be wondering about that when you're in the emergency room.
No, certainly not. Now, a couple of highly rated travel insurance companies are Alliance and Fay. Now, we have never actually had to make a claim on our insurance, so we can't speak personally to how well they process the claims.
We've created a cheat sheet of helpful phrases that's linked in the description. It has things like, I have a fever, which is ho la febbre, or I've hurt my ankle, mi fatto male alla caviglia.
But don't worry about using perfect pronunciation. Use a translation app or show written information and just do your best. You'll get excellent care.
And a lot of the medical people that you encounter will speak English. Getting sick on a trip is never any fun. But you need to know that Italy does have good medical care and there is a system. And once you understand it, the whole process should feel a lot less intimidating.
For more tips on traveling to Italy, watch these videos next. Ciao for now.
A presto!